Alright, time for the game everyone's been waiting for. This is, oh boy, Kikuni Masahiko, Warau Fukei-San Pachi-Slot Hunter. In English, that's Masahiko Kikuni's Laughing Policewoman, Pachi-Slot Hunter. Oh man, talk about nostalgia. Everybody was playing this back when it first came out. Who else remembers Christmas morning of 1995? You ripped open your presents and there was a shiny new PlayStation, along with copies of Twisted Metal, Ridge Racer, and Pachi-Slot Hunter. Thanks, Grandma. Alright, so this here is the first PlayStation game to simulate Pachi-Slot, which is a specific kind of Japanese slot machine, or fruit machine for our pals in the UK. Pachi-Slot machines are similar to Western slot machines, only instead of being entirely luck-based, the player can manually halt the mechanical reels by pressing the 3 stop buttons on the face of the machine. In theory, if you memorize the sequence of the reels, you can increase your chances of winning by knowing when to press the stop buttons. The presence of these buttons is what keeps Pachi-Slot machines legal under Japan's strict federal gambling regulations. Now, while modern Pachi-Slot machines are known for their flashy graphics and promotional tie-ins, Pachi-Slot Hunter comes from a more subdued era, and the machines here are rendered on screen by the best 3D technology available to PlayStation developers in 1994, which is to say they look like this. There's 5 machines you can play, and there's a customization mode that lets you mix and match themes and reel designs. So if you want to have a penguin-themed machine with bodybuilder reels, you totally can, you party animal. You can choose to play any of these machines on their own, or you can play them as part of a story mode featuring these comic book-style cutscenes drawn by manga artist Masahiko Kikuni. In the comics world, Kikuni's work often appeared in Japanese weekly magazines like Shukan Young Sunday and Shukan Young Jump. He's not very well known in the West, but Kikuni's involvement is really Pachi-Slot Hunter's biggest claim to fame, since its publisher, Forum, produced only 3 games over its entire lifespan. Pachi-Slot Hunter was Forum's final game, following up on a pair of obscure releases for the Super Famicom. But while Forum is just a footnote in video game history, the developer it contracted to code Pachi-Slot Hunter was Human Entertainment, which is much better known for its Fire Pro Wrestling series. Human was doing quick and dirty contract work as far back as the Famicom era, so it's not really surprising to see their name attached to this kind of thing. We all gotta pay the bills somehow. At least they didn't have to make any more Power Pad games for Bandai. You can just imagine Human's president just churning these games out and being all like, it's all for Fire Pro, do it for Fire Pro. Anyway, to advance in Pachi-Slot Hunter's story mode, you have to keep spinning the reels until you meet a winnings quota. As for me, I'm terrible at Pachi-Slot, so I ended up playing for about half an hour before I bankrupted myself. That's when the screen went black and the next cutscene started? What is this? After that, it actually takes you to the next stage where you have to win even more money. So I brought up the pause menu, selected quit, and the game played another cutscene, then took me to the next level. As hard as I tried, I couldn't escape. I couldn't win or lose. I was trapped in Pachi-Slot purgatory. So long story short, that's how I eventually managed to quit my way to the credits. This is one of the few games out there where you can win by giving up. After beating the game, you're given a password to rewatch the cutscenes from your playthrough, which makes me think that there's multiple paths through the game depending on which levels you legitimately win, as opposed to quitting. I didn't pay much attention to the story, but the laughing policewoman in the title refers to the protagonist, Machiko, a policewoman who puts up a cheerful facade in the face of overwhelming societal pressure. She ended up cleaning toilets after my playthrough. And that's the story of the laughing policewoman. Sorry, Machiko. We've got a Twin Bee game from Konami coming up next, but it's not the shoot-'em-up that you might be expecting. We've also got another first-party release from Sony on the horizon, and we'll soon see the emergence of a little studio called From Software. PlayStation Year Zero is a Patreon-supported series. Help us out with a monthly pledge, and you'll get early access to new episodes as soon as they're produced, hot off the presses. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you around.